everybody, Miss Eason here. I wanted to talk to you today about maps and globes and your address. First, let's talk about a globe. I have a globe here. As you can see, I can move it around. I can look at any place on the earth anytime I want. But can I see the United States and the other side of the country at the same time, or the other side of the world at the same time? Nope, I have to turn it. What does the colored part, the green and yellow and pink, what does this part show us on a globe? If you said land, kiss your brain. So if this is the land, the blue shows us what? The water. Absolutely right. Awesome. Is a globe the same size as the real Earth? I don't think so. Because this shows Georgia right here, and it's tiny. I can put my whole finger over it. So remember, when we're looking at maps or globes, they show us things in a smaller scale. They can't show it to us in real size because this globe would not fit in my bedroom. Now let's talk about maps. I have several maps here. All of these maps show us land. And there's some water on this one and this one. But you can also have maps that'll show you how to get from one store to another in a mall. Or if you go to the zoo and you want to see the pandas, but then you want to go to the elephants, you can look at a map and it'll help you know how to go. So maps are used for lots of different things. This is a world map, so it shows me the same thing as my globe, but this one's flat. I can see the whole world all at the same time. With the globe, remember I had to turn it to see what part I wanted to see. Here, I can see the whole thing. Right here, this pink area is the United States. And I pulled that out, and that's right here. This is the country we live in, the United States. From there, I found the state we live in, right here. And this is a bigger map of the state we live in. What state do we live in? Georgia. That's right, we live in Georgia. And then I even pulled out one small section of Georgia, the city we live in, which is Douglasville. So where in the world do we live? We live in Douglasville, Georgia, in the United States. And you can find the United States on this map here and on my globe right here. Here's Georgia on the globe. On this map, it would be right around here. Here it is. There's Georgia again, and then Douglasville. Now let's talk about our address. The address, remember, talks about your house, exactly where your house, apartment is. Most addresses will look like this when you write it out. It'll say a street number, a mailbox number, a house number. Here it says 1234 Any Street, Douglasville, Georgia, 30135. So this is the number of your apartment or your house on the street you live on. This is the city. For most of us, it's going to say Douglasville. The state is Georgia. The zip code helps the postal workers know exactly where to find your street and your house. So when you're practicing your address, make sure that you can tell the mailbox number or your house number, the name of the street you live on, the city, the state, and the country. What country do we live in again? Who remembers? If you said the United States, you did awesome. Your high five. Boop. All right, so we're going to review real quick everything I talked about. So this is a globe, and it's a model of the Earth, absolutely. It is a sphere, and I can see sections of the world at a time. Can't see everything all at once, because if I'm looking at this side of the world, the other side of the world's over here. And remember, this is the land, and it also shows us water. Here is a map of the world. It's flat. I can see any place in the world all at the same time. I can look at our country. I can look at Africa, Australia. I can look at everything in the world all in one spot. Here is our country. It's pink here. Here it is pulled out, and it's the United States. And inside the United States, we live in the state of Georgia. And inside Georgia, we live in the city of Douglasville. So when somebody asks you, where in the world do you live? You can tell them, I live in Douglasville, Georgia, in the United States. Keep practicing your address. Remember, you've got to know your house number, your street name, your city, your state, and your country. Keep up the good work. Talk to you soon.